What is the Windows desktop and how does it work? You know when you turn on your computer and that screen appears with the wallpaper, some icons, and the bar at the bottom? Many people call all of that the computer, but in reality you're seeing the Windows desktop. It's the starting point for almost everything you do: open programs, access folders, find files, switch windows. If you understand well what the desktop is and how it works, using Windows becomes much simpler and less stressful. What the Windows desktop is. Simply put, the desktop is the main Windows screen, the virtual desk where you work. It's the first screen that appears after the system finishes booting and where you usually see the wallpaper and several icons. Technically, it's part of the graphical interface of the operating system. It's the space where Windows shows shortcuts, windows, and elements you can click with the mouse. But in everyday use, you can imagine it as a real desk where you keep things handy for quick use. Main elements on the desktop. On the desktop you usually find shortcut icons, small images representing programs, folders, or files. Double-clicking opens the item without searching through menus. Recycle bin, the default icon in most Windows versions. Deleted files go there, and you can restore them if you change your mind. Wallpaper, the background image, which you can change anytime. Taskbar, usually at the bottom, sometimes another edge. Although technically part of the desktop environment, many treat it separately. It contains the Start button, open programs, and icons near the clock. Depending on the Windows version, 10, 11, etc., visuals change slightly, but the idea stays the same: a main space with icons and a bar to control what's open. What the desktop is for in practice. In practice, the desktop is used for quick access to programs you always use, browser, text editor, games. Keeping shortcuts to important folders, like work or study folders. Keeping temporary files handy, things you're using right now. Remember, the desktop isn't a magic folder, it's just another storage location in your Windows user, with the advantage of always being visible when no windows cover it. Organizing it well helps your productivity a lot. Difference between desktop, Windows, and taskbar. Three things often get mixed up, so let's separate them. Desktop, the background of the screen, with wallpaper and icons. Windows, the boxes that open on top of the desktop when you open programs or folders. You can move, maximize, minimize, and close them. Taskbar, the strip, usually at the bottom, with the Start button, icons of open programs, and the notification area near the clock. If you minimize all windows, you see the desktop again. If you click an icon on the taskbar, you bring back a program window that's already open. And if you open a new program via a desktop icon, a window appears above it. Basic desktop customization. One advantage of Windows is that you can personalize the desktop. Change the wallpaper. Choose which standard icons appear: computer, network, recycle bin, etc. Create shortcuts to programs and folders you really use. Adjust icon size, bigger or smaller. Organize icons by name, type, date, or drag and drop anywhere. This is usually done by right-clicking an empty area of the desktop and exploring display and personalization options. Care and good practices when using the desktop. Although it's tempting to throw everything onto the desktop, it can get messy fast. Some tips. Avoid cluttering it with loose files, prefer creating folders and organizing by topic. Use the desktop for shortcuts, not to store your entire digital life. Do occasional cleanups, delete what you don't need and move important files to more organized folders, like documents. Remember that if you use multiple monitors or virtual desktops, icons and windows might get scattered, so check where everything is. Final summary. In short, the Windows desktop is the main screen where you see icons, wallpaper and, along with the taskbar, control much of what you do on the computer. It works like a virtual desk, there you keep shortcuts, access programs, and organize what you frequently need. Understanding this makes everything more logical. The desktop is the background, windows are what appear on top, and the taskbar is the control panel for open programs. Now tell me, how's your desktop today, organized or full of lost stuff?